We're back, in case you missed us. It's a lot. We're always gonna be family.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before I knew. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I.
The Kardashian-Jenner family has been one of the most powerful and influential families for the better part of a decade.
So the Kardashians are the most famous family in the world.
With the amount of power the Kardashians have comes responsibility.
The family's total net worth is over $3.8 billion. Kim Kardashian's net worth was estimated at $1.8 billion. Kylie Jenner's net worth was estimated at $900 million. Kris Jenner, $190 million. Kourtney Kardashian, $65 million. Khloe Kardashian, $50 million. And Kendall Jenner, $45 million. The Kardashians rose to this power and fame mainly through their reality show and many public scandals. And they became known for their major influence on beauty trends and fashion trends. But lately, the power that the Kardashians once had is beginning to fade.
The Kardashians are having a hard time keeping up with the TikTok generation.
I feel like as a society overall, we are slowly becoming done with this overt materialism and just this ostentatious behavior of displaying your wealth.
Of course, they're still mega rich and they still have some successful companies, but it seems that the general public is, well, honestly, over the Kardashian BS.
Kim Kardashian is a dirty little liar.
And over this last year, they've definitely lost the power they once had. So in this video, we're discussing the start of the downfall of the Kardashian empire. Hi friends and internet acquaintances, welcome or welcome back to another video on my channel covering controversial figures. Today's video is about the slow and gradual downfall of the Kardashian family and how and why the public has slowly lost interest in the Kardashians. If you like this video, don't forget to leave it a like, and if you like these sort of deep dives, then subscribe if you want to. Since 2020, I think it's safe to say that the culture and trends have changed drastically. During the pandemic, no one wanted to watch celebrities fly to luxurious destinations or promote the newest plastic surgery trends. The Kardashians became known for promoting their lavish lifestyle, but it seems like after 2020, slowly, the Kardashians' usual tricks stopped having the same effect. And it begs the question, what will the Kardashian empire look like in 2023? Will they be able to gain their power back, or has the time of the Kardashian reign come to an end? The Kardashians used to be admired for their lavish displays of luxury and opulence. That's the word, right? Opulence?
Give you a visual of how big it is. I don't think I've ever had a closet this big, so I was really stoked about it.
I wanted my cars to kind of blend in.
This is the Ferrari.
2016 in particular was really the year of flexing, or showcasing your wealth and status. It was really normalized and even admired and looked up to when a celebrity or influencer flexed on on their audience. And the Kardashians definitely flexed a lot.
I'm not sure if I've ever clarified this, but I'm what I think they call a flexitarian.
In fact, so much of the Kardashian brand became all about showing off their wealth, hosting giveaways with tons of designer bags, posting photos in their expensive cars and private jets, attending fashion shows head to toe in designer clothes,
bars,
and going on luxurious vacations on their reality TV show. Before the pandemic, which is that still a word that YouTube doesn't like? Pandemic? I'm not sure. But before the pandemic, celebrities were almost seen as the modern aristocracy. The celebrity economy is one where your status and persona is turned into a commodity that can be consumed. It's a quote from Turner 2013. Basically, the public feeds off of the status of celebrities. So in order to stay relevant, celebrities have to maintain their status.
Hey, irrelevant, you're irrelevant.
And to appear like you're high status, you have to showcase yourself living an upper class life. And that's where photos on a private jet or with designer bags or in luxury cars come into play. And the Kardashians mastered the celebrity economy through having interesting personalities that people wanted to tune into.
Don't be rude. Are you kidding me? Stop. Oh my God. Stop it. What the? Hey, stop it.
And continually showcasing their status.
You guys, it's only a 3-hour and 45-minute flight to Miami because Kimberly has an ER. What is it?
Extended range.
Extended range.
Which is why the Kardashians take to social media to post photos of them in their mansions, driving their luxury cars, wearing their designer clothes to continue showing the public that they're higher status and therefore worthy of the celebrity title. I think it also creates a little bit of curiosity for the general public because the lifestyle that the Kardashians live is so unattainable for most people. So you become kind of curious about what this lavish lifestyle is really like and what it's like to be a multimillionaire / billionaire, which is something the Kardashians can continue to capitalize off of by giving people sneak peeks into their lives, not only through their reality show, but also what they post on social media. The Kardashians also took to YouTube for their infamous closet tours to show millions of people all of their designer handbags and shoes that collectively could probably pay for most people's entire house.
We are in my purse closet. You might have seen it on my Snapchat or my Instagram. This is pretty much where I keep all my purses.
This is my fitness closet. Most people probably don't have a fitness closet.
Oh my God, it looks like my Super Sweet 16.
Look at my pantry. Oh my goodness. I can't even deal.
It all became part of the Kardashian business to continue to showcase that they're of higher status. And for a while it worked really well, drawing people in out of curiosity and even admiration. But then 2020 happened.
Millions urged to work from home. Airlines now canceling flights.
Now in every region of this country.
Wall Street's worst day in more than a decade.
Shoppers rushing stores to buy essentials.
And well, I think it's safe to say the Kardashian business plan was no longer working because 2020 was a really hard year for many people. If they weren't affected by COVID, then they were affected by the COVID regulations, not being able to work, losing their job, maybe losing their apartment because they can't pay rent. And there was a lot of chaos going on, people not able to talk to their family members or see their friends. So the Kardashians, flexing their lifestyle, stopped working on the general public and started to really outrage them. And I think the tipping point of this was an infamous tweet that Kim Kardashian made on October 27th, 2020. The tweet has a photo of Kim Kardashian looking glamorous on a beach, surrounded by friends and family, while other people simultaneously hadn't seen their friends and family for months. And the tweet read, 40 and feeling so humbled and blessed. There is not a single day that I take for granted, especially during these times when we're all reminded of the things that truly matter. That's great that you're feeling so humbled and blessed. That's just fantastic. It's not like millions of people have recently lost a family member or a loved one or their home home. But that's great that you're able to go on a beach and look glamorous with your friends and feel humbled and blessed. This tweet alone really pissed off the general public because they're like, Kim, right now, millions of people are dying.
Yeah, there's people that are dying.
And you're posting a glamorous photo on the beach. But that's not all. It gets worse. After 2 weeks of multiple health screens and asking everyone to quarantine, I surprised my closest inner circle with a trip to a private island. Yeah, not only was this like a regular beach that most people were unable to go to because of COVID regulations, but it was a beach on a private island, something that most people could probably never afford to do. I realized that for most people, this is something that is so far out of reach right now. So in moments like this, I am humbly reminded of how privileged my life is. That's great. That's great for you. Why did you post this? Even if you were able to do this, go to a private island during COVID, which feels out of touch on its own, you didn't need to post it and remind people who are struggling right now in a really dark place at a dark time that you're able to be unaffected and go to a private island with your friends and family and loved ones for your birthday. Again, most people at this time hadn't seen their family members and friends for months. So what good does a post like this serve? People were just understandably annoyed at this post. And I think it was really the tipping point of realizing how out of touch and careless the Kardashians really are. And the fact that they had no problem showcasing that their lives remained completely unaffected while everyone else's lives were crumbling apart. Another Kardashian Jenner member who really showcased this was Kylie Jenner. Because during 2020, Kylie Jenner continued posting her usual photos in her mansion or in her Rolls Royce or posing with her Birkin bags. Photos like those gained attention and admiration in like 2016. But then during 2020, people just became pissed off because why do you need to show off your materialism and wealth that you've acquired while millions are struggling? What's the point of this? Besides bragging that your life can be completely normal while others are falling apart. Even worse was Kylie Jenner's private jet posts from the years 2021 to 2022 at a time when grim reports about global warming were being released. Not only did Kylie Jenner continually flex and post on social media about her private jet or traveling in her private jet, but people realized that Kylie Jenner was traveling places that could have easily been traveled to by car, despite the heavy impact of flights on climate change. Twitter account @CelebrityJets, which I'm pretty sure has been terminated now on Twitter by Elon Musk, so rest in peace @CelebrityJets, reported Kylie Jenner's 3-minute California flight on July 12th. She took her private jet on a flight that was just 3 minutes. Why? Just 3 days later, on July 15th, Kylie Jenner responded to criticism by doubling down with a post about her private jet on Instagram. And people were rightfully annoyed by this, commenting, "Global warming has entered the chat. People are having to choose between filling their gas tank or buying groceries. You might want to read the room. You rich people can make the real difference, yet decide not to. It's giving Marie Antoinette, LOL. Kylie girl, this is not a flex."
For me, what was really the final straw was with Kylie posting the pic with Travis Scott being like, "My jet or yours." There was something I literally had to look away from my phone. Like nausea. It's the hypocrisy for a lot of people that is just hard to stomach.
Hi, baby. Yeah, do you like the Christmas toys? It's a lion. It kind of looks like a kitty. Then things get even worse because in 2022, Kylie posted a Get Dressed With Me TikTok with a casual display of wealth, you know, just a casual flex, where she posed in front of her $1 million closet filled with tons of designer shoes and Hermes bags. Hermes bags? That's how it's pronounced, right? Worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Again, someone could buy an entire home or multiple entire homes from Kylie Jenner's closet.
And you can help me pick a bag. So, Kylie, BFFR, be for real.
And at this point, people were over the flexing. People were fed up with it. It just was not relevant anymore. Especially in 2022, at this point, not only have people gone through a pandemic, but also a recession is now underway and a lot of people are financially struggling. So why are you posting a video showcasing your closet with so much valuable items in it that it could change so many people's entire freaking lives? So TikTok users responded in uproar, saying that Kylie Jenner's flashy content is out of touch and no longer palatable.
That's all.
If there's one thing that is definitely not surviving the vibe shift, that is flaunting your extreme wealth and then trying to convince people to give you even more money. It gives out of touch, it gives it the rich.
The Kardashians built their entire brand off of having an unattainable and unrelatable lifestyle, but showcasing that lifestyle became out of touch. And as the Kardashians became more and more wealthy and showcased their wealth more and more, it felt like they were throwing their wealth back in the face of their fans, who were the ones who allowed them to get to that point in the first place.
So Kylie just posted her closet and let's go through her bags and see how much they all cost. So we're gonna start with this shelf right here. So first is a lovely Birkin 30 in matte alligator and it's selling for $125,000. Let's move on to the next shelf. So if that is the diamond version of this bag, it is almost $200,000. So these two shelves right here are actually worth more than $500,000.
On top of that, the dichotomy of the Kardashian brand is riddled with hypocrisy. The Kardashians have used plastic surgery to have bodies that are nearly impossible to attain naturally. But when they're questioned about whether or not they think they're setting unrealistic beauty standards, they claim to have just worked hard to achieve the bodies they have.
Do you think that you are promoting unattainable standards of beauty in any way?
No, I don't. Because I think we get up, we do the work, we work out.
The Kardashians continually flaunt their wealth and opulence and luxurious lifestyle while simultaneously trying to appear like a normal family on their reality show.
We're always gonna be family.
There are so many contradictions to the Kardashian brand that fans grew tired of, and fans eventually realized that there is nothing relatable about the Kardashians.
Why the Kardashians are having a hard time keeping up with the TikTok generation.
They are not real, authentic, normal people. They are kind of privileged. Yeah.
And after many people have experienced the brutality of a pandemic and a recession, the Kardashian empire just comes across as fake, insensitive, and alienating. There's a new wave of influencers who are talking about topics that matter to the working class and that give off a relatability and sense of comfort that the Kardashians have never had. So a big part of the Kardashians' brand and business was built off of flexing and showcasing their wealth and status, to the point where they turned flexing into a commodity to continue branding themselves off of their status and fame. But all around them, the world was burning, and yet the Kardashians kept on flexing. And soon this business model stopped working because the Kardashians were flexing in their fans' faces as their fans' lives were falling apart, basically saying, look at all the money and status you gave us. Look at how much richer we are than you now because of it. Oh, you're struggling? Well, because you watched our reality show, we are not struggling. In fact, we can have a birthday party on a private island during the pandemic. And I think this was finally a wake-up call to their fans, not only about, I don't know, the problems with income inequality, but also the fact that the Kardashian family does not care about their fans. The Kardashians' motives are selfish. They just want to do everything they can to continue staying on top. And on top of the Kardashian charm starting to wear off, the Kardashian businesses haven't been as powerful as they once were. Don't get me wrong, there are certainly some Kardashian companies that are still doing fairly well. The main one being Kim Kardashian's loungewear, shapewear company, Skims. But a lot of Kardashian companies have really declined in recent years, particularly the Kardashian beauty companies. In my first video on the Kardashians, I covered a lot of business ventures that have completely failed or been shut down by the Kardashians, so I'm not gonna rehash that, but instead talk about how the Kardashian business companies have been failing in recent years. Kylie Cosmetics, the beauty and makeup company started by Kylie Jenner, has seemed to be really struggling, especially this past year. Just a few years ago, a release of a new Kylie Cosmetics product was met with extreme excitement, selling out almost immediately whenever the products were released. And now it seems like Kylie Cosmetics is struggling to sell out any products. In August of 2022, it was reported that Kylie Jenner was set to lose millions of dollars as Kylie Cosmetics internet traffic takes a nosedive and is down by 80%. This all came after Forbes accuses them of tax fraud.
Well, we can't prove that those tax returns the Jenners sent us were fake. We're pretty sure now that they were.
There's also an incredibly extensive Reddit post on the fall of Kylie Cosmetics I highly recommend reading. It'll be linked at the top of my resources Google Doc. But basically, Coty, the company that acquired Kylie Cosmetics, was already failing before the Kylie acquisition. It seemed they thought Kylie Cosmetics was going to help the company, but Coty's stock actually ended up dropping after the Kylie acquisition. After the Forbes article about Kylie and Kris lying about her billionaire status, a lot of investors were left believing the company was overvalued. Once Forbes accused Kylie of fabricating sale information, Coty faced a class action lawsuit due to artificially inflating the price of Kylie's shares. Coty won the suit in 2021, but it definitely tarnished the brand's reputation. Then in 2020, KKW Beauty and Kylie Cosmetics were also sued for issues around trade secrets by their former partner Seed Beauty, which was settled in 2021. Kylie Cosmetics and Coty are both now finding its footing again and trying not to depend on Kylie's image as much anymore. So the future of the company is a big question mark, but regardless, it's clear the brand doesn't have the same hype that it used to.
So what really happened to Kylie Cosmetics? Back in 2019, one of the largest beauty companies, Coty, bought a major stake in Kylie Cosmetics, and the partnership between these two has been rather bumpy. There have been multiple lawsuits and investigations. There's also rumors that Coty overpaid for the deal because Kylie Jenner and her team were inflating the size and success of her business. And there was the issue that Kylie Cosmetics' revenue fell significantly in 2020.
KKW Beauty by Kim Kardashian was shut down completely in 2021. KKW Beauty closed in 2021, and Kim opened Skin by Kim, a skincare line. But it seems like the general public is pretty much disinterested in Kardashian beauty products. Khloe Kardashian rarely posts about her brand Good American anymore. During 2020, Good American also endured a crisis. Emma Greed, founder of the brand, and hopefully I didn't say her last name incorrectly, said during 2020 the brand's wholesale business has fallen off the face of the earth, but the brand focused on a strong direct-to-consumer business, which kept them alive. It's also really important to note a huge reason for the continued success of Good American is Emma Greed, who focused on the business side of things and didn't rely on the Kardashian namesake. Emma is also a founding partner of Skims. Emma said in an interview with Elle magazine she believes a celebrity can only do so much for a brand, and that countless famous faced labels have faltered. I knew that I couldn't rely on Khloe to get the customers to come back a second time. She could push somebody to that first purchase because they might be a fan, but you've got to create an amazing product. product. 2 years after the launch of Good American, Emma worked with Kim on creating Skims, shapewear and loungewear brand. You can really see Emma's influence in Good American and Skims as opposed to other Kardashian companies, because both companies are product focused, define their niche really well, whether it's inclusive jeans or inclusive shapewear, and don't rely on the Kardashians' name brand. In October of 2021, Good American also became B Corp certified, and in that same month, Emma became the first Black woman investor on Shark Tank. Kendall Jenner's tequila brand 818 is still fairly new on the scene, but in its first 7 months of operation, the company reported sales of 136,000 cases, equivalent to 1.5 million bottles. COO Mike Novi told the spirits business 818 was on track to being one of the biggest spirit launches that year. What I can tell you is that we were told by one of our large trade partners that the launch of 818 sold more volume to more accounts in the first 30 minutes than their next best tequila launch had done in the first 30 days. But of course, the brand is still young, so it's hard to say the long-term success of the brand. And Kourtney Kardashian's company Poosh, I mean, let's be real, does anyone care about Poosh? The entire time this company has existed, I have never seen or heard of one person who has actually bought anything from Poosh. If you have bought something from Poosh, please comment below what you bought and what your experience is like, because I have yet to find anyone who has actually purchased from that site.
So don't even act like you know what I'm talking about.
So it seems like the Kardashian businesses aren't getting the same fanfare that they used to. And I personally have 2 theories as to why that happened. First off, the Kardashian businesses have always been unoriginal. Kylie Cosmetics at the time was basically a blatant copy of ColourPop in both the formulations and the way that the products were released and looked. And then KKW Beauty was virtually a copy of Kylie Cosmetics. And all the companies, Kylie Cosmetics, KKW, and ColourPop, all produced their products from the same manufacturer. It seemed that Kylie Cosmetics and KKW Beauty were trying to capitalize off of the latest makeup trends, but they never really grew with the trends. You know, for a while, once again in 2016, the popular thing were constant makeup palette releases. I mean, honestly, how many makeup palettes did we need? Why were we buying all of these different eyeshadow palettes? I used to have like 10, and now I have 2 makeup palettes, and they're enough for me. So I don't know what we were thinking back then.
Today I'm going to be trying out Kylie Cosmetics.
So this is the new Kylie Jenner, the Mauve palette.
The new Kylie Cosmetics Bronze and Mauve palette.
But the thing is, the makeup trend changed to be more simple and natural beauty as of recently, and these companies never changed along with the trend, and instead kept mass producing these makeup palettes that no one really cared about, and these dry, flaky liquid lipsticks that just are honestly annoying on the lips. At least for me, it makes my lips feel claustrophobic. Does anyone else have that experience with liquid lipstick? Poosh, Kourtney Kardashian's company, is almost an exact copy of Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop. Kourtney Kardashian's Poosh recently collaborated with Goop on a candle named This Smells Like My Pooshie. So seems both brands are leaning into their similarities for the collaboration of a century that we all didn't know we needed. Good American has been accused of stealing a ton of design concepts, and even Skims, the most successful Kardashian company of all time, feels like a beige version of Savage x Fenty. So it feels like all of the Kardashian companies have really been capitalizing off of their name, slapping their name on a carbon copy of another successful brand and pushing it out to the general public. But the thing is, once the Kardashian fame dwindles, so does their businesses. I think the only 2 companies that have a chance of making it, even if the Kardashian fame dies out, is Skims and Kendall Jenner's 818 tequila brand. Because if you just were to look at an 818 tequila bottle, you'd have no idea that it was Kendall Jenner's brand. And Skims has sort of metamorphosized and fit a market need beyond Kim Kardashian. I've heard a lot of people love Skims products. If you've purchased from Skims, I'd love to know what you think of the products. So it seems people like the brand itself, not just because it's related to Kim Kardashian. The other reason I think that the Kardashian businesses have been struggling lately is because the public has lost trust in the Kardashians. Even with Kylie Cosmetics, when it was successful for a period of time, there were still bad batches of products that had been released, or honestly, just lazy product launches. There's been so many accusations across a variety of Kardashian brands of just blatant copying of designs and concepts from smaller brands. There was the fact that Kylie Jenner literally lied about financial information of the success of her brand so that her and her mother could convince Forbes that she was a billionaire when she wasn't. And there's been endless abandoned businesses that the Kardashians have left behind. So all of this has really made the public trust the Kardashians less. And I think people just aren't as excited at the announcement of a new Kardashian business venture. It's more like, what's gonna be wrong with this one this time? Many people believe that much of the Kardashian fame has been built on orchestrated publicity stunts to drum up media attention.
We are in real time experiencing the genius PR work of Miss Kris Jenner, everybody. Kris Jenner is one of the most genius PR strategists of the last decade of even all time.
Kim Kardashian is no idiot. She knows how to play us and play the media better than anyone else in Hollywood right now.
A big example of this is something I mentioned in the last chapter, where in 2020, Forbes exposed that Kylie Jenner and Kris Jenner had orchestrated fake financial information so that Kylie Jenner could be put on the cover of Forbes magazine and declared the world's youngest billionaire. I want to clarify, Forbes declared Kylie Jenner the youngest self-made billionaire, which of course angered people because she comes from the Kardashian family, a giant media empire.
Kylie Jenner is super rich, and her business is wildly successful. But for years, she has lied and exaggerated just how successful she really is.
That entire magazine cover gained major publicity for the Kardashians and mainly Kylie Jenner and her company, Kylie Cosmetics. But then Forbes found out once Kylie sold her company that this financial information was nowhere near the actual truth, and that Kris and Kylie Jenner had lied and made this up simply for the publicity of being declared the world's youngest billionaire.
The numbers just don't add up. Kylie Jenner's camp led us to believe that the business had done $360 million in revenue in 2018. In reality, that number was only $125 million. Then there's the skincare line. They told us that the skincare line, which launched in May of 2019, had done $100 million in revenue in just 2 months. And in reality, it hadn't even done $25 million in 6 months.
We think that her net worth has fallen below $1 billion. In other words, Kylie Jenner is no longer a billionaire.
And this is not the only case where the public has speculated that the Kardashians have faked something or lied about something for media and exposure. The Kardashians' entire rise to fame was kicked off by the leak of Kim Kardashian's sex tape. And for years, the public has speculated that the leak was orchestrated and planned by Kris Jenner. Then in 2022, 15 years after the release of the tape, Ray J, Kim's partner at the time, took to Instagram Live to claim that he and Kim actually filmed 3 sex tapes that were all facilitated by Kris Jenner.
You didn't what? You didn't have nothing to do with the sex tape. Y'all told me what to do. I said cool. So I'm taking full responsibility to some of the up shit that happened. I was playing my role. Play your role.
A little weird for your mom to facilitate your sex tape. Ray J also did an interview with the Daily Mail after the Kardashians in their brand new reality TV show on Hulu claimed that Ray J had an extra sex tape that his manager was going to release to the public.
Ray J's manager is claiming he has a sex tape.
It said Kim's new sex tape when you clicked on it, and it's like, over my dead body, is this shit gonna happen to me again?
I just want it gone.
You know, this is not gonna with me. Like, it's not.
Ray J insisted in the interview that he never released a sex tape in my life and said the entire thing was a deal and a partnership between Kris Jenner, Kim, and me. According to Ray J, it was his idea to release the sex tape to help boost Kim's career. Once Kim agreed, he claimed that they both enlisted Kris to help broker the deal. Once I pitched the idea to her, just playing around a little bit, that's when she jumped on the idea, talked to her mom, and it was out of my hands from there. Though the public had expected that this was the truth behind the sex tape being released to the public, this was also the first time anyone involved admitted to having planned the whole thing out. For years, the public was convinced by the Kardashians that the sex tape was basically leaked to the public without Kim Kardashian's permission and without her knowledge.
Whatever we did in our private time was our private time, and never once did we think that it would get out.
I don't want to go through this again.
Please don't cry. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Kim. I don't know what to do.
Then later, the story was changed that the company Vivid Entertainment got a hold of the sex tape in a weird, shady business deal, I guess. Basically had Kim Kardashian and Ray J sign the rights away for only $5, which that story doesn't make much sense. And then, now recently, Ray J has come out and said that the whole entire thing was planned for publicity. Ray J also stated that he has never been in possession of the footage. I never had a single one at my house. She's had them all at her house. She always had all the tapes in a Nike shoebox under her bed. But Kris Jenner has been vehemently denying this narrative publicly.
Did you help Kim release her tape?
It's okay. No. No.
True. Of course it's true!
Ray J's statements confirmed to many people what they already believed, that so much of the Kardashian news, headlines, and scandals are all orchestrated PR stunts, especially when you line up new Kardashian scandals with releases of the Kardashians' reality show seasons. Somehow, whenever a new season is about to come out, that's always when the Kardashian family is experiencing the most scandals. So many people believe that pregnancy announcements, breakups, cheating scandals are all planned to be released to the public at the time of a brand new season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, or now The Kardashians. Though the extent of the involvement the Kardashians had on releasing their public scandals is unknown, there's an article on Cosmopolitan, interestingly enough, titled "Proof the Kardashians Have Been Masterminding Their Drama Right in Time for the Kardashians." The article also notes that the Kardashians' PR stunts really kicked off with the spread of social media and their ability to utilize Twitter and Instagram posts to drum up media attention. Some even think the drastic plastic surgery by the Kardashians, like their dramatic body and face transformations, are done for publicity, like Kylie Jenner's lip scandal, where she was having a drastic change in the size of her lips and denying that it was lip filler, which was turned into a drama on that season of the reality show and eventually turned into an entire business with the release of Kylie lip kits. In October of 2014, Kylie Jenner's face began to change in a noticeable way, and the internet started obsessing over whether or not Kylie had lip filler. Then in 2015, Kylie denies getting lip filler, which made the internet even more convinced she had them. In a now deleted tweet, Kylie said, "These plastic surgery rumors hurt my feelings, to be honest, and are kinda insulting. Just in case anyone forgot, I'm 16. Then the hashtag Kylie Jenner lip challenge became a thing. A little while later, Kylie Jenner added more fuel to the fire, tweeting, "I want to encourage people / young girls like me to be yourself and not be afraid to experiment with your look." Then in May 2015, in the midst of the Kylie Jenner internet uproar, E drops a clip promoting an upcoming episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, where Kylie admits to getting lip filler.
I have temporary temporary lip fillers. It's just an insecurity of mine, and it's what I wanted to do.
On May 10th, 2015, Keeping Up with the Kardashians airs Kylie's lip filler episode to a whopping 2.09 million viewers. Just a few months later, in November of 2015, Kylie Jenner launches her Kylie lip kits, which sell out immediately. Then when it's restocked, it sells out immediately again. This would eventually all lead to Kylie's company, Kylie Cosmetics, selling to Coty for millions years later. In 2017, the Kardashians managed to use leaked news of Khloe and Kylie's pregnancies to drive viewers to Keeping Up with the Kardashians and their 10th anniversary special. TMZ drops the news that Kylie Jenner is pregnant with Travis Scott's baby just 2 days before the Keeping Up with the Kardashians 10th anniversary special, which is definitely an interesting coincidence. It's especially important because Kylie Jenner was already pretty far along in her pregnancy, and the fact that the Kardashians were able to keep the pregnancy hidden for that long shows that to a certain extent they know how to keep private matters hidden from the public eye and when and how to release them. Then in September 26, 2017, TMZ breaks the news that Khloe is also pregnant with Tristan Thompson's baby. Then 4 days later, on October 1st, Keeping Up with the Kardashians season 14 premiered. For a while, these publicity stunts or scandals worked extremely well for the Kardashians. A lot of these scandals had to do with relatable topics like a partner cheating, fights in the family, relationship drama, and they also capitalized off of parasocial relationships, since many fans felt like they connected with the Kardashian family and knew them since they had been watching their lives on their reality show for years. So whenever something drastic or dramatic would happen to someone in the Kardashian family, fans would be interested and want to know more and then tune into the reality show to find out what happened. But over time, the Kardashians have been exposed for faking so many of these publicity stunts. So the authenticity of Kardashian drama is now continually questioned. For example, when Tristan Thompson, partner of Khloe Kardashian at the time, was exposed for cheating with video footage of the affair being released, Twitter erupted, vehemently believing that Kris Jenner was behind the release of this footage to the public. The release of season 15 of Keeping Up with the Kardashians aligned with Tristan Thompson's first cheating scandal. Of course, no one or not many people believe that Tristan Thompson's serial cheating is a PR stunt, but many believe the Kardashians, mainly Kris Jenner, did their best to time what they could control. This scandal being announced was during some of the last seasons of the Keeping Up with the Kardashian reality show, and at the time, Khloe Kardashian was pregnant. So the mix of all those elements created the perfect media storm, with tons of outlets publicizing this affair and talking about the Kardashian family. On April 11th, 2018, TMZ publishes footage of Tristan cheating, but people are quick to notice that the footage was actually recorded in October. So that video of Tristan Thompson cheating on Khloe is from October, but it just now comes out while Khloe is due to give birth any day and they're shooting another season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. The devil works hard, but not harder than Kris Jenner. And so many people were convinced that this entire scenario was orchestrated. And the saying, the devil works hard, but Kris Jenner works harder, became popular at this time. In November 2018, E! airs a clip of the Kardashians finding out about Tristan's cheating scandal, and they all happen to be on camera at the exact same time.
What's poppin'?
Wait, hold on 1 second.
Group? What? Stop. Bro, that's pretty serious, isn't it?
Wow.
Is it for sure, for sure?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out.
There's video of Tristan making out with a girl last night. I know. Khloe's gonna die.
The views were down in the middle of season 15, but the viewership soars back up to more than 1 million for all the episodes devoted to the cheating drama. Khloe even drives more interest to the episodes by tweeting about it. Tonight's episode is an uncomfortable and super emotional one for me, but when we signed up for this show over a decade ago, we signed up for a reality show, which means showing you guys inside our lives, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Then in February of 2019, another major Kardashian cheating scandal lined up with season 16 of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. News broke that Kylie Jenner's best friend, Jordan Woods, became involved in another cheating scandal with Tristan Thompson, just a few weeks shy of the Keeping Up with the Kardashians premiere, and when the Kardashians happened to be filming at the time. Kylie Jenner's Jordy lip kit conveniently goes on sale and sells out that same month. E then releases a trailer for Keeping Up with the Kardashians that leans right into the cheating drama.
It's really hard to regain trust. Your one stupid weekend, you just demolished a relationship.
Fights between sisters have also been widely publicized right before the launch of a new season. Before the premiere of season 15, E was also heavily promoting a fight the sisters had. E released footage of the fight where Kim calls Kourtney uninteresting, which gained more than 7 million views.
You don't. So don't even act like you know what I'm talking about. I need Kourtney to not be so annoying with the stick up her ass like she runs this because she doesn't. She's the least exciting to look at.
The premiere of season 15 got 1.36 million views before dropping, which was more than season 14's finale. The night of the season premiere, Kourtney and Kim had another fight on Twitter, which I find interesting because if it's genuine and an authentic fight with your sister, why would you need to continue the fight on Twitter? You live in the exact same city and both have phones. But the tweets read, "You hear that? If I don't take my meeting as scheduled, then I couldn't launch my ULB KKW beauty collection. And I had this only time slot to plan my baby shower, but Kourt wouldn't budge to help a sis out." I just find it interesting that she had a major business plug in that tweet. During all of this fight drama, she had to mention her new KKW beauty collection. Yeah, it definitely seems like a very real and authentic fight. Also, wasn't this the drama that was filmed months ago? Why are you talking about it like it just happened? During season 15, even though there was countless drama, Keeping Up with the Kardashians ratings plummeted, and not even 1 million people tuned in for the season 15 finale. There was also a theory that Kourtney Kardashian and Addison Rae's friendship was a PR relationship, manufactured to get a young audience to watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, while also promoting Addison Rae's music. Why do people believe this? Well, on March 18th of 2021, Addison released single Obsessed, and less than a week later, Keeping Up with the Kardashian drops its season 19 premiere to just over 1 million viewers. Cross-promotion is a common method for any kind of fame-based business, especially on social media. And at this point, Keeping Up with the Kardashians was struggling for views, so it's not fully unreasonable that to try and grow their audience, they would try and target a younger audience through collaborating with a famous TikToker. Then, once Keeping Up with the Kardashians ends and the Kardashians transition to their show on Hulu, people also believed that Kim's relationship with Pete Davidson was a PR stunt because it coincided with the filming of their new season.
Babe, do you want to shower with me really quick?
While I can't say whether it was a PR stunt and personally believe the relationship seemed pretty authentic, people were especially convinced that the news of the breakup of Pete and Kim was tactfully released at the time it was released. Because in August of 2022, there was a huge press push for Kim and Pete's relationship, with many sources saying that the couple was closer than ever. Then 2 days later, E! News reports Kim and Pete slip. Hours after news breaks of the breakup, Khloe's team also publicly announces that Khloe had a second baby via surrogacy with Tristan Thompson. Tweets about the situation read, "So, you're telling me Kim and Pete announced their breakup the same day Khloe and Tristan announced the birth of their baby? These people have mastered PR. Ah, I see. Kim and Pete news dropped and then comes the Khloe baby news. Kris out here with the Friday night PR cover. Interesting. Kris Jenner really is the GOAT with PR. Khloe had her baby via surrogate, and to give her peace, the news about Kim and Pete dropped. Effin' genius for real. Even Kim Kardashian's widely controversial work harder advice,
Get your ass up and work,
was made right before the start of the first season of the Kardashians' new reality show on Hulu. And that statement definitely gained the Kardashians a ton of publicity. So are the Kardashians, or really I guess Kris Jenner, masterminding all of this PR? I personally don't believe that all of these situations are just all faked and staged for publicity, but personally think that the Kardashians have learned how to utilize and take advantage of the drama in their personal lives for the promotion of their businesses and reality show. I do think they carefully controlled the manner in which the information was released publicly, so it worked to their advantage. The Chartered Institution of Public Relations defines PR as public relations is about reputation, the result of what you do, what you say, and what others say about you. Public relations is the discipline which looks after reputation, with the aim of earning understanding and support, and influencing opinion and behavior. And the Kardashians have certainly created a system where they use the release of a scandal to their advantage to draw more viewers into their reality show and explain the scandal or drama on their terms to gain more audience approval. You have to admire their PR skills, but the question is, how long will this tactic work? And I think the answer is it isn't anymore. As seen from countless Twitter posts, people have wised up to this tactic, and now to viewers, it seems inauthentic and manipulative, and only adds fuel to the fire to people who view the Kardashians as fake. So the publicity schemes stopped working as well, and I think people got bored of the same old manufactured drama. With the rise of social media platforms, everyday people are able to post about their everyday lives, which are more relatable, and the drama that happens on social media comes across as more authentic. I know for me, I'm wildly more entertained by an "Am I the asshole" Reddit post or a TikToker posting about the time they found out they were being cheated on, as opposed to the same old publicized scandals made by the Kardashians. Recently, with the Kardashians' new Hulu reality show, it seems like they're doing exactly the same format that they had been doing in the past, having some sort of controversial scandal that drums up publicity and then using that to try and funnel people into their reality show to see what really happened. Look at this new relationship. Now watch them get married on our reality show. Kylie Jenner's pregnant. Hear her talk about it on our reality show.
I made a baby.
This is my 11th grandchild.
But times have changed, and it's clear that this type of format no longer has the same effect. And I think people just became bored of it. Literally like the boy who cried wolf. If people find out you lie and fake things again and again and again, the new scandals are not going to have the same effect because the public is automatically going to assume that you're lying about something. And then you lose all trust and authenticity with your audience. During the height of their popularity, the Kardashians had the power to pioneer new trends in both fashion, beauty, and, well, plastic surgery. In 2015, the UK cosmetic surgery group Transform reported they saw a 73% increase in inquiries from patients citing the Kardashian members as inspiration. After Kylie Jenner admitted to having lip fillers, they received a 700% rise in inquiries about the procedure overnight, and many other cosmetics and plastic surgery groups report having similar increases in inquiries. celebrities. I mean, it's pretty much undebatable that the Kardashians are one of the main reasons that lip filler and BBLs became popular and more mainstream. Of course, these procedures were a thing before the Kardashians did them, but Kylie Jenner's lip filler scandal led so many people to get lip filler. The Kardashians became known for their body shape and body type, and then over time their bodies began looking more and more extreme, and it became fairly known to the public that the Kardashians were getting BBLs to achieve this sort of look. And pretty soon after, BBLs became more and more popular. And of course, I'm not trying to say that the Kardashians are the sole people responsible for all of these trends, but they were really a major factor in the shift of the beauty standard, in the shift of what's popular as far as makeup techniques and fashion styles, and were really at the forefront of pioneering a lot of these trends. They were even a huge reason for the popularization of the contour technique, particularly Kim Kardashian and her makeup artist, Makeup by Mario. I feel like I said that so weird. Makeup by Mario. Kim Kardashian became known for her heavily contoured makeup look, which the general public began to try emulating. The Kardashians also worked with specific fashion brands that many celebrities weren't working with at the time, like Balmain and Balenciaga, which created this sort of modern fashion Kardashian look that became synonymous with the Kardashians. Even the way that people posted selfies and photos was directly inspired from Kylie Jenner's Instagram, and through working with the Kardashians, fast fashion brand Fashion Nova became widely popular for a period of time. But recently, people aren't as keen and eager to follow the Kardashians' latest trends, and I think it's from, once again, fans kind of getting shit on by the Kardashians who clearly don't give a shit about them. I think a huge reason people initially became fans of the Kardashians was because at the time, in the early 2000s, people were sick and tired of the ultra skinny beauty standard that was being portrayed by the media that was so far from the average person's body type. Then the Kardashians became popular and became wildly known for, well, their booty and their curves and a body type that was more relatable to the general public.
As an elder millennial who found some sort of like contentment in my curvy body because of the Kardashians in like 2007,
I think to a lot of women it was refreshing to see that body type portrayed in the media. Then slowly the Kardashians became the beauty standard and utilized plastic surgery to create a more and more extreme, unrealistic, and unattainable body that it would cost the average person tens of thousands of dollars to replicate. It's undeniable that a lot of people started pouring a lot of money into plastic surgery to emulate the Kardashian body type, as that was the new beauty standard. And it's important to note that BBLs are extremely unsafe. It's literally the most dangerous procedure you can get, I'm pretty sure, if not just the most dangerous plastic surgery procedure you could get.
Explain to us why this procedure is so risky.
Yeah, there was an interesting study that came out several years ago that showed that the death rate with this operation, the BBL, where you would take fat from one part of the body and inject it into the buttocks, was 1 in 3,000. And we believe it's due to fat emboli, where if you inject fat into the deep muscles of the buttocks, that fat can actually pass into veins and blood vessels. It can go to the heart and lungs, and people can die almost instantly from it.
Then, once the Kardashians popularized the BBL curvaceous look, this year, in 2022, they tried to flip the script on everyone. In 2022, people started noticing the Kardashians, particularly Kim and Khloe's, drastic weight loss, especially in an episode of their Hulu reality show when Khloe Kardashian acted giddy and almost excited about being called really skinny. And the next part of this chapter might be triggering for people who struggle with EDs, so definitely skip to the next chapter if you think you might be upset by that. Ever since Khloe's reality show Revenge Body, her brand has become focused on fitness, weight loss, loss and transformations. And it seems lately this obsession of sorts has grown stronger and stronger, and fans were frustrated with the obsession the Kardashians had with weight loss and skinniness.
So you should know that little waist is teensy.
You can't breathe, but that's fine. You don't need to breathe.
I like the Kardashians, I really do, but this season all they did was call each other skinny, like it was all that mattered. They are obsessing over being super skinny in this new series, and I'm over it, honestly. Literally, how can they not understand how triggering this is? The fact that this episode didn't come with a trigger warning is beyond me. In a scene on the Kardashians reality show, Kim Kardashian told Khloe that their sisters Kendall and Kylie Jenner had texted her to say they were concerned about Khloe's weight loss.
You look very skinny. I will say that Kendall and Kylie did text me and say that they were a little concerned for you because you're really skinny.
And Khloe reacted to this concern in a very strange way, basically taking it as a compliment and getting giddy and excited about the fact that people thought she was too skinny.
I said, no guys, she's fine.
And of course, it's important to note that Khloe Kardashian was, for a very long period of time, called the fat sister, and I'm sure the mental impact on that can be extremely damaging.
Oh, you think I'm fat?
No, but I think you've gained a few pounds.
You should lose a few pounds.
I want you to do the cover of Complex. People have like the best bodies. I can't do that.
So of course, Khloe may have her own issues going on, but on top of that, this new skinny body is something that the Kardashians are continually promoting. Later in this same episode, Khloe and Kendall hug each other and repeat to each other, "You're so skinny."
Hi, Benny. Hey. You're so skinny. Oh my gosh, you're so skinny. You're so skinny.
On top of that, recently Kim has undergone a very drastic weight loss. In 2022, Kim said in an interview with Today that she lost 21 pounds in a very short span of time.
I tried it on and it didn't fit me. And so I looked at them and I said, give me like 3 weeks. And I had to lose 16 pounds down today to be able to fit this. But it was such a challenge. It was like a roll. Right. I was determined. Yeah, I was determined to fit it.
And it's been speculated that a specific type of gastric sleeve, aka another type of procedure, has been used to assist the Kardashians in their weight loss.
Skinny women are now getting weight loss surgery. We all know Dr. Now. He famously performs the gastric sleeve on bariatric patients. This here is when they remove 80% to 85% of the stomach. But what skinny women are getting is the mini sleeve. This only removes 40% of your stomach, which only lets you eat 2 bites of food at a time. Mariah Carey openly had this. We love her. The sign of it is having very loose arm skin from the rapid weight loss. Doctors pretty sure that these two had it with the ridiculous amount of weight they've lost in such a short period of time and been able to keep it off.
And again, like the BBL, this type of procedure can have really dangerous complications if the general public were to try and emulate this. With so many Kardashians undergoing this drastic transformation in weight loss, the public now believes that the Kardashians are trying to make thin in again.
We are not going back. As an elder millennial who found some sort of like contentment in my curvy body because of the Kardashians in like 2007, I am not going back to this thin and is in stuff. I keep hearing people talking about how thin the Kardashians have gotten, and yes, they are. What is this? What is this? No. We are not going back. When the Kardashians hit the scene, we did not have social media like this to talk and be like, hey, I don't look like that, you don't look like that, it's okay not to look like that. So let's not think that we all need to be super thin. If someone's super thin, that's fine for them. You don't have to be super thin, I don't have to be super thin. Let's just keep living life, finding confidence in who we are. Brands are becoming more inclusive, let's keep down that path.
This is right after people have sunk a lot of money into getting BBLs and dangerous procedures to try and keep up with the beauty trends. People started spending millions in the plastic surgery industry to emulate the beauty standard that the Kardashians pioneered. And now the Kardashians are trying to flip the script and say that's not in anymore. Now you need to get skinny. And I think people were kind of tired of that. They're like, no, thank you. We're good. No one is jumping at the opportunity to go back to the early 2000s skinny era. And I think a lot of Kardashian fans felt betrayed by this because much of the very reason why they admired the Kardashians was because they felt like their body type was being more represented. So for them to backtrack, I think to a lot of people felt like a betrayal. On top of the Kardashians failing to pioneer a new beauty standard, the Kardashian brand of materialism is beginning to come out of style as well. It seems that people aren't as eager to show off designer brands and materialism in the public eye anymore.
An opportunity to shape this decade. The 20s should all be about being authentic, living within your means, not flexing, and valuing authenticity.
The new wave of brands and influencers are gonna talk about things that matter to us, and they'll be structured to help and protect their communities. This is a real flex.
So the Kardashians' influence and ability to start new trends is slowly fading out. In the previous video I did on the Kardashians, I spoke about many of the alleged scams that the Kardashians have participated in. But even recently, in the past few months, more scams that the Kardashians have participated in have been uncovered. And I think the public is getting tired of the Kardashian greed. Recently, Kim Kardashian was fined $1.26 million by the SEC for failing to disclose that she was paid to promote an Ethereum Max cryptocurrency. Kim was paid $250,000 to promote EMAX, a crypto offered by Ethereum Max. Luckily, Kim reached a settlement with the SEC for this and agreed to pay $1.26 million. But honestly, Kim Kardashian is a billionaire, so this amount is basically just a slap on the wrist to her. Kim Kardashian's promotion of the cryptocurrency was on her Instagram story, and it read, "Are you guys into crypto? This is not financial advice, but sharing what my friends just told me about the Ethereum Max token." Instead of saying sharing what my friends just told me, you mean sharing what the owners of this coin just paid me to tell you. And in the sea of hashtags, there's a hashtag ad. So, she definitely clarified she was paid to promote this. The entire SEC fine is just another example of how the Kardashians don't care about their fans. Because Kim Kardashian shadily, is that a word? Shadily? Anyways, Kim Kardashian promoted this shady cryptocurrency to her fans, claiming that her friends just told her about this coin when she was actually paid $250,000 to promote it, with clearly no insight or forethought into the fact that her fans who trust her and look up to her would probably pour money into this coin and get scammed out of their money. And on top of that, Kim Kardashian was also recently sued for a lottery scam. According to the class action lawsuit, Kim and Scott Disick created a lottery where the winner would get $100,000, 2 first-class tickets to LA, as well as a 3-night stay in Beverly Hills. And the lawsuit claims that this 2022 lottery was a total sham. The real purpose of the so-called lottery was for celebrities to work with an Australian company called Curated, which is also being sued, to sell personal information to advertisers. The suit claims winners were announced, but the winners' Instagram accounts went private shortly after they were announced. And the suit claims that the people who entered the contest are getting invaded by hundreds of advertisers, some of which are soliciting the plaintiffs with offensive and unwanted content. The lawsuit also really calls out the Kardashian family for their greed in these sort of money-making schemes that they continue to do. Just a short 20 years ago, Oprah was giving away cars and cash, but today's entertainment tycoons seem to only care about becoming richer and living an even more opulent lifestyle, while duping their fans and followers. The suit is asking for more than $20 million from each defendant. And a lot of people feel like, come on, do you really have to do this? You're already a multi-millionaire, and yet you're letting your fans sign up for what appears to be a fake lottery giveaway so that you can steal their information and sell it to an advertising company that's going to absolutely spam them with ads. Are you kidding me? Why do you need to do that? What do you gain from that? You are already a multimillionaire. So people have just grown tired of the greedy nature of the Kardashians. I mean, through all their actions, it's blatantly obvious that the Kardashians stand for absolutely nothing except their own self-advancement. And while this mentality worked for a while, people are tired of their exploitative and selfish nature. And now fans are slowly backing away from the Kardashians. Recently, people are quietly quitting on the Kardashians. Ratings for their reality show have drastically dropped, and fans want very little to do with the Kardashians. In February of 2010, the season 4 finale of Keeping Up with the Kardashians racked up a whopping 4.8 million viewers. But episodes of the final season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians failed to reach over 800,000 viewers. The spin-off The Kardashians, which premiered on the streaming service Hulu earlier this year, was criticized by most fans, barely achieving a 20% audience approval score on Rotten Tomatoes. It's changed so much now. Seems to be all about how they look and constantly pouting. One reviewer wrote, "The girls are too busy looking at themselves and there is no storyline." Other fans noticed that the family dynamic has changed since their new show premiered on Hulu, and none of them have the tight-knit family bond they used to have that many fans loved to witness. I hate their new show, and it's so sad to see how detached from reality they've all become, one Reddit user shared. And it seems like many ex-fans believe that the once seemingly wholesome and relatable family now focuses on materialism and depicts unrealistic expectations of beauty. In the subreddit r/Kardashians, many fans have stated that they're no longer supporting the Kardashians. One post read, "I'm out, leaving this Reddit, and I will no longer be watching their show or following their socials. I never have and never will buy their products. The Kardashians are a fascinating microcosm of culture. I think the show was of particular historical significance with the transformation of Caitlyn. It was also exciting to see Middle Eastern curvy women become beauty and fashion icons. For a few seasons, they did use their platform and power to address social issues, and I thought that provided some balance to the show and ultimately them as people. But it seems they've abandoned that and become one big commercial, selling an impossible, unachievable, and frankly undesirable lifestyle. Their impact on culture, particularly women's body image, is extremely negative. I forgave my guilty pleasure by saying I watched it sort of ironically or with a critical lens, but at the end of the day, I am supporting something destructive. I have to admit that and just stop. I have a daughter now, and I don't want her to think that flat speech, shapewear, injections, fillers, tacky, overpriced clothes, and impossibly thin bodies are normal or even acceptable. This loss in interest is different to the controversies the Kardashians have seen in the past. Usually, the Kardashians have been able to profit off of outrage and controversy through getting people upset enough that they tweet about them, news outlets write headlines about them, and through outrage marketing, the Kardashians have been able to continue to grow even when they do something off-putting and wrong. But what happens when the public goes silent? When there's no outrage to be had? When people just stop caring? Well, that's when the Kardashians lose all their power. I think people are realizing that, well, the Kardashians are not good people, and they definitely aren't good role models. Their sole motivation isn't to help people or to inspire people, but to cling on to the power they once had as it slowly slips from their grasp. And just like the boy who cried wolf, people are tired of their scheming and bored of their dramas. I personally doubt that the Kardashians will ever be able to regain the power they once had. But the question I keep having as the Kardashian reign slowly comes to an end is who or what will come next. I think the public has the power to choose who becomes famous and influential. And who knows, maybe we can learn from the mistakes of putting a family like the Kardashians in power and choose more positive role models in the future. But what do you think? Do you think the Kardashians will make a comeback? Or do you think their tactics will slowly stop working as people become more and more bored of them? And that's all I have to say for this video on how the Kardashians are losing their power. Thank you so much for watching if you made it all the way to the end, and I appreciate you guys all so much. I hope you're having a great time during the holidays, and I'll see you in the next video, hopefully. Have a good one until then. Bye!